Good morning. Good morning, ladies and gents. My apologies, we're hopping on just a few minutes late. Was having a few technical difficulties, and I am outside today, so I hope that you can hear me. So if you do hop on live and you can just give me a heart or emoji or something that signifies, yep, we're good, sound is good, I can hear you, that would be awesome. Obviously, I'm near the camera right now, so it's going to be a better testament once I walk away. Just make sure you can hear me. And this morning we are going to need a blanket, a block, and a strap if you have it. Okay, blanket, block, strap, if you have those three things. If you don't worry about it. We will make do, as we always do, with whatever we have to make this fall equinox. Yesterday was technically the fall equinox, but you know what? We can shed and let things go anytime, at any moment. So now's a good time. Everybody hear me okay? So those of you that are just listening, if you can just throw out a heart or something that you can hear me okay, and then maybe do it one more time. I'll come back over, check the camera, make sure we're all good once I walk away. Okay. All right. So let me know now if you can really hear me. This will be the better testament to see if you can, once I've walked away. All right. You're going to need that strap, that block, that blanket, okay? So come find an easy seat. And I did bring out, as we came out today, I brought my statue outside, the Shiva statue. And there's a lot of symbolism in yoga that goes along with this statue. But one of the things is what's called the 5 acts of Shiva. And I think what we'll do is kind of, I'll keep sharing these one a week over the next few weeks. But the one I want to talk about today is dissolving. And the part that represents the dissolving is, he has many hands, but the one in the second one in the upper left, that's holding the fire. And the fire is representing the dissolving, the dissolution of that which we mistake as being, you know, in your real life today, maybe something that you know isn't important anymore and you want to get rid of it, maybe something that's a habit that's not serving you anymore, you want to release it. And so as we practice today, and to just kind of step into the time in nature where we are shedding, right? The leaves, not totally yet, are starting to change colors, but they're on their way, and beginning to shed whatever it is that we are no longer needing anymore in our life. And the outer world, we had that perfect balanced day, right, of equal day and night, and now we're coming into this stretch where it is going to be longer evening, longer darkness than light. And so this time actually calls us to go inside and to center into this space of light that's within ourselves instead of relying on the light that's outside. And I know that is a very, very, very difficult thing to do. In fact, I posted something yesterday, and some of you got a kick out of it, a little yoga humor, where it was like, probably a mom, but it was a woman in the grocery store in child's pose, and said, my yoga teacher said I can take child's pose anytime I need it. Anytime I need it. And it's funny, but it's also true, like just taking that time for ourselves. So now more than ever, as we come into these longer days, we need this time where we're connecting. You guys, I know I can't see you physically, but this time that we're coming together and connecting, it is still so, so important. I'm with you. I am here with you. And whether you're practicing with me live right now or you're practicing later, my energy is still with you, okay? So let's find an easy seat. I'm going to check that your sound is okay. So if you can't hear me, somebody please say something. Hard to hear your soft voice. Okay. Thank you, Lou. Just going to tap around here. I wonder if that means the mic is just not picking up. Okay, keep giving me input. I've got it up really high towards my mouth. off. It's working in all other areas. It's just not Facebook because it's working on Zoom. So let me know if it's still hard to hear me. If you're hearing more wind, then it's probably likely the mic is not working. Just change the channel on it, so hopefully that might help. Close your eyes if they're not already, unless you're typing to me. Better now, okay. Thank you, Jan. Feel the breath flowing in and flowing out. Notice if there's any tension that you're holding somewhere in your body. Maybe begin to bring in a soft ujjayi breath. And then go ahead and take your hands, begin to fold them together in front of your heart. Set an intention for maybe thinking about what it is that you might want to shed this season. What it is maybe that you want to dissolve. If we use one of the acts of Shiva, it's dissolving. Or maybe the word releasing. Feels more appropriate. And then let your chin gently bow down towards your chest. Release your hands down to your legs. Inhale, lift your chin, open your eyes. Good. So we're going to start a little different today. We're going to start in a malasana, in a yogi squat. Okay? So if you need a block, grab a block to sit on. I might just use it just because. Okay? So grab your block. Bring your hands together in prayer at your heart. Thanks for all the feedback, girls. It takes a village. It takes a village to do yoga sometimes, doesn't it? And there might be a guy on here, but it's girls that are responding, so, you know. So arms against the inner legs, lift up through the chest. And just allowing the front of the sternum to lift a little bit more. Good. Now, if this pose doesn't work for you, find another pose that does. We're going to move a little bit up and down. So once we're moving, I'll give another option. But just take 2 more breaths right here. Such a good pose for digestion, right? And the way that we assimilate not just food, but our life. And then let your hands come down to the ground. We're going to take a forward bend. I'm going to spin my heels out just a little bit. Let my head relax. And these first poses, the first few times, we're holding it the first time, but we're going to move here in a moment. Good. And then come back down to a squat. Come back down to a squat. Option to have the hands at prayer, or you can just keep them on the ground. I'm going to bring mine to prayer. So inhale here. Exhale, fold. Inhale, squat. So if you can't come quite all the way down, just come down to like a modified chair. And then exhale, squat. Or I'm sorry, fold. Bending into the knees. Inhale, lift.
Exhale, fold. Once more, inhale, bend. Exhale, fold. Now, adjust your feet. If you want to go a little wider, you can. Bend your elbows, and if it feels comfortable, go ahead and take ragdoll. Sway it out a little bit side to side. And then let your fingertips come down to the floor. Bend your knees quite a lot, and let's ragdoll it up, coming all the way up to standing, rolling the shoulder heads back and down. Head comes up last. You're going to take your hands, once you come up to standing, on the backs of your legs. So this is the Vata season, and you can see my hair is blowing. It's windy. As we come into the fall, it's cooler. And so we're starting with a little bit more movement than sometimes I do in healing, and also standing, just so we can kind of meet Vata where it's at, okay? So hands behind the legs. Slowly, you're going to let your hands start to glide down into a forward bend, down the backs of the legs. So you're actually feeling the hamstrings, the calves, the backs of the ankles. And then you're going to come up the same way. So inhale, bring it all the way back up. Good. And then exhale, do it again. Slow, bring it all the way down. Inhale, bring it all the way back up. One more time. Exhale, all the way down. Trying not to be in a rush. Inhale, bring it all the way back up. So focusing on that one-to-one breath. Good. Bring both hands onto your hips. Keep the right hand on the hip, and take your left hand, bring it behind your head. You're going to tip the elbow up towards the sky. Take just an easy side bend over to the right as you inhale. And then exhale, bring it back to center. So legs are straight and strong. Inhale, reach. Opening up through the left waistline. Exhale, bring it back. Again, one more time. Inhale, lift. Exhale, center. Left hand to hip. Shoulders roll back, spine nice and tall, right hand behind the head. Inhale, full breath out, let it go. Now you're going tipping over on inhale. Inhale, tip, open up the right waistline. That's it. Exhale, bring it back. Tip over, inhale. Exhale, bring it back. One more time. Inhale, tip. Elbow up. Exhale, bring it back down. Good. Now both hands are going to come to your low back. We're going to squeeze the elbows toward each other. And inhale, lift your chest. Good. Now keep the hands right where they are. And exhale, bend your knees and just come halfway forward. And then inhale, come back up. So it's kind of this opening and closing. Exhale, bend your knees, groins back, but belly button to spine, fold halfway. Again, one more time. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Now stay halfway. Take your hands down to the block or to the floor. Inhale, lift up part way. So get the spine so it's nice and straight. Hands can be on shins here if you don't have a block. And exhale, fold. Push into the block or earth. Inhale, heart moves forward, groins back. Exhale, fold. One more time. Inhale, heart forward, gaze is down at the floor, your neck is long. Exhale, fold. Good. Now I'm going to move my block off to the side. Hands down to the floor. Bend your knees if you need to. Let's step our right leg back into a lunge, and we're going to take the back knee down towards the ground. Now, I'm outside. It's a little bumpier out here, so I'm going to take my blanket, give my knee a little patting, and feel free to take your blanket, do the same thing if you need to. Inhale, we're going to stretch the arms up towards the sky. Good. Now, I want you to heel toe your left foot over a little bit more, so it's a little more left. And then exhale, sweep the fingertips down towards the floor and bow in towards your heart. And then inhale, push into the heel of the front foot, sweep the arms back up. And then exhale, bring the fingertips back down, framing that front leg. Gaze down. Again, inhale. Feeling that opening and closing movement. Exhale. And you're kind of coming in and out of the lunge here just a little bit. Inhale. Samavritti. Even inhale, exhale. Breathing. So might be a 3-3. Might be a 4 count in and a 4 count out. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Now lift your back knee. Breathe in. And we're going to step forward. You're going to push off your back leg and bring it to the top of the mat. Lengthen the spine. Inhale. And now same thing. Left leg steps back. Back knee is going to come down towards the ground. Circling the arms up towards the sky. So establish the foundation. If you need to, heel toe that right foot to the right just a little bit. Reaching up. And then exhale, sweeping the arms all the way out wide and down around. Inhale, reach up. Push into that front heel. Exhale. Maybe you count to yourself, finding that evenness on your in-breath, exhale, and the out-breath. Again, inhale. Exhale. Last time, breathe in. Wakes up the hamstring a lot too. Exhale. Lift your back knee as you breathe in. And we push off, step forward. Exhale, let it go. Lengthen the spine, breathe in. Exhale, fold forward and bow. Reverse your swan dive now. Inhale, rise, come all the way up. Good. Exhale, hands to the heart. Take your left hand to your hip again. Take your right palm, bring the fingertips together, and reach the arm like you're doing a Y out on the diagonal. And you're going to inhale, turn your chest a little bit to the right, and then exhale, bring the arm across towards that left hand. So inhale, open, exhale, across. Inhale, open, exhale, across. So really working that upper back here. Inhale, open. Trying to keep the hips as level as you can. Exhale, across. Your upper torso will move a little bit here. Inhale, turn, but try to keep that left hip back. Exhale, across. One more. Inhale, open, big external rotation. Exhale, across. Good. Inhale, reach the arm up. Exhale, take right hand to hip. Switching sides. Left hand, same thing. Like you've got a blade with your hand. Reach the left fingertips up. Turn your torso a little bit to the left, but keep the right hip moving back. And then exhale, bring it across. Inhale, reach. Exhale, across. Inhale. So not a big movement. Exhale. But definitely working some of those small muscles throughout the rib cage and spine. Again, inhale, open. Exhale. Good. Reach. Breathe in. Both hands to hips. Exhale. Squeeze the elbows together. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, hinge again, halfway. Inhale, lifts, nice and easy. Exhale, hinge, halfway. 2 more times. Breathe in. Inhale, lift. Exhale. Last time, breathe in. Exhale. Fingertips to the floor. Inhale. Lengthen your spine. Exhale. Let's step back to the top of a push-up, and you're welcome to put your knees down on the ground if you need to or want to. Inhale here. Exhale. Tuck both of your toes and either sit in child's pose or puppy pose. Exhale. So we're doing it broken-toed child's pose. Again, let me know if you can't hear me as I'm getting down here towards the earth. Definitely want to make sure you girls have, and guys, have good sound. Push down into the palms. Hug your hands together. Take one more breath, breathing in. Imagine you're flicking your toes back, getting a nice stretch through the soles of your feet. Exhale. Good. Inhale. Come forward. Lean your shoulders over your wrists. And then exhale all the way to the belly. All the way to the belly. Hover your hands, and if that's too much on your shoulders, take your hands back so there's a little less crinkling in the neck. And inhale, lift your chest, baby Shalabhasana, keeping the feet down and the hands down. Good. Gaze down the tip of your nose. Igniting a little bit more fire, because as we get into the cooler Vata season, we have to kind of create a little bit of our own fire, and very important you keep yourself warm through this more cool time. It's not quite cool yet, but it's getting there. Still up, still up. One more breath. And release. Good. Either bring a cheek to the mat or stack your hands, whichever feels more comfortable for you. Okay, we're going to do it one more time. Take another breath here in resting pose on the belly. Let it go. Good. And then again, hands back or cobra pose. It's really whichever is better, feels more healing in your body. Palms are down though. If you're doing the hands back like I am, turn the thumbs out and inhale, lift your chest. Gaze down the tip of your nose. Engage your legs so much your kneecaps lift. Click all 10 toenails down into the floor and breathe. For 3, a little higher. Engage the legs a little bit more. Kneecaps are lifted. 2. And release. Now other cheek to the mat or other hand is on top. 1. Good. Breath in. Let it go. Hands are going to come back next to your rib cage like you're in cobra. Your wrists are under your elbows. Push back towards child's pose. Keep the arms extending forward. Bring your palms together this time. Bend your elbows and rest your thumbs on the nape of your neck. Good. And then hands are going to extend back out. Lift up. Inhale, tabletop. Exhale, down dog or puppy pose or half dog. So you can do it with your knees down, walk your arms forward, or let's take a down dog now. Pedal out your feet. Good. Lift and spread your toes. And take one more breath. And then we're going to step right foot forward. So I'm just going to come down to my knees to help that transition. Those of you that can step forward, go ahead and do that. Right foot forward. Back heel is going to seal down into our warrior 1. Okay, we're just going to do a couple standing poses today, and then we're going to work right into the floor. Okay, so I want you to take your arms up towards the sky, straighten your front leg, begin to move your left frontal hip point a little bit more forward. And then you're going to exhale, bend that front knee, open your arms wide, and have more of a leaning forward warrior 1 so your back body begins to wake up a little bit, and yet keep the belly button drawing back. So reach the arms up, breathe in. Samavriti, even breath. Exhale, gaze forward, lean forward, arms go wide. Inhale, reach, connect into the 4 corners of your front foot. Exhale. And then your drishti is steady. Gaze forward towards the horizon. Inhale, up. Exhale, bend. One more time. Inhale, up. Back leg straight and strong. Exhale, bend. Now clasp your hands behind you. Inhale, come up, straighten your front leg. Reach your knuckles down to help you lift your sternum and your heart and your gaze. And then exhale. Variation of humble warrior, just let your belly rest on your your right thigh. And if that's too much, go ahead and just stay up a little higher or even release the bound arms. You also have that strap, so you can take your strap, just stay up a little bit higher for 3, 2, and release. 1. Good. Pick your back heel up and drop your back knee to the ground. Good. Ardha Hanuman. Straighten your front leg. Straighten the front leg. Bring your left hand on a block or on the ground inside your right foot and sweep your right arm behind you and up towards the sky. Inhale, and then sweep it forward and exhaling it down. Do that 2 more times. Inhale, reach it back and up. Exhale, sweep it forward and down. 1 more. Inhale, back and up. Exhale, forward and down. Lift your chest. Keep your hands now framing your right leg. And turn your right toes a little or a lot towards the right side of your mat, trying to get the pinky side of your foot toward or to the floor. And just breathe. If you want a little more, keep the right hand down, bring your left hand onto the ball of the foot, and just very gently kind of draw the ball of the foot toward you a little bit. Last breath. And then use your left hand to help you bring the right toes back up towards the sky and rebend into the right leg. Lift your back knee. Low lunge twist. Left hand down. Inhale. Reach right arm up. Now last time we went back first, so this time I want you to take your circles forward. Reach your arm over your ear. Inhale and sweep it down to the ground. Reach it up. Inhale. Exhale. Sweep it down. 1 more time. Inhale, sweep it up. Exhale, sweep it down. Reach it to the sky. Nice deep breath. Breathe in. Wrap the outer right hip back. And exhale, hand to the ground. Down dog. Right foot back. Breath in. Let it go. Switching sides. Come down to the knees if you like. Left foot's going to step forward in between your hands. Back knee's going to go at a 45-degree angle. Warrior 1. Sweep the arms up. Straighten your front leg. Allow the right frontal hip point to move a little bit more forward. Left frontal hip point pulls back, and then pull your tailbone down a little bit. Lift your pubic bone up. You're going to gaze to the horizon. Keep your gaze steady. Lean forward. Open your arms. And then bring it back up. Good. Lean forward, open it up, and arms come back. So you're going breath by breath. You might find the inhale feels more natural in this movement or the exhale. It really doesn't matter. Just make sure you're doing an even breath. Last time. Exhale. Now, lean forward, open the arms, clasp your hands behind your back, and now inhale, straighten your leg, left leg. And exhale, rebend, humble warrior. Humble warrior. Taking a couple of breaths. Remember, grab your strap if you need it. Arms reaching up and over, trying to take the shoulders out of the ears as best you can. And then hands down to the ground. Lift your back heel and go ahead and place your knee to the ground. Ardha Hanuman. Straightening that front leg. Good. Now we're doing those arm circles. Our right hand is down. We're reaching backwards first. Left hand goes back and up. Exhale, sweep it forward and down. Sweep it back and up. Exhale, sweep it forward and down. 1 more. Back and up. Exhale, forward and down. Good. Now, you have the option here. Turn your left toes so they start to move. The pinky side of your foot is moving towards the floor. Left hand stays there to support you. If you want, right hand, go ahead and just gently hold the ball of the foot. And just ever so gently, you're pulling against the ball of the foot and you're pushing the ball of the foot against your hand. Stretch your heart forward. And then let go, turn the toes up, bend that front knee, walk your hands forward, tuck your back toes and lift the back knee. Easy twist, left arm to the sky. Inhale. Turn the palm forward, reach it down towards the earth. Exhale. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, sweep it down. Once more. Inhale, circle it up. Exhale, sweep it down. Arm to the sky, breathe in, open the chest, wrap the outer left hip back, and exhale, left hand down, left foot back, downward facing dog. All right, we've just moved for about 20 to 25 minutes pretty steadily, kind of calming that Vata energy. So we're going to begin to make a shift here, right? Just like the seasons shift, our practice will shift. So take 2 more breaths in your down dog, breathing in, or your puppy pose. Breathing out. Let's come forward, plank pose. Remember, invite your knees to come to the ground anytime you need to. Exhale all the way to the belly. Now, one leg at a time, stretch one leg back and the other leg back. Fingertips are going to come back along the hips again, thumbs facing out to the side. Now, head's going to lift and so are the feet. The hands are going to still stay down. Lift your shoulder heads up, lift your head up, and then pick your legs up. Good, breathe. Gaze down the tip of your nose still. Push into your hands. Still remembering to create a little bit of that internal heat for 3. Where can you let go a little bit? 2. And 1. Good. Cheek to the mat or again. Stack your hands, forehead down to the back of the hands. Maybe wiggle out those hips a little bit if that feels good. Belly down, back bend, so good for this time, this season. Palms back, let's do it again. This time we do get to lift the hands. So starting with the head and chest, lift the shoulders, lift the legs, and lift your hands. Reach your fingertips back towards your toes. Try not to let the legs go too wide here. Hip distance apart. If you've been practicing a while and it's better for your body, you want to bring the inner feet together, the big toes touching. Last 2 breaths, keep reaching. Lift the shoulder heads a little more. Shoulder blades move down the back. And release. So good. So good. Okay, other hand on top. Excuse me. Wiggle out those hips. Maybe even bend your knees. Windshield wiper side to side. And I love the side to side because you get a little massage almost for your quads. That's delightful. And then if you're doing that massage, stretch your legs back straight behind you. Bring your hands next to your rib cage. Back toward a child's pose or a puppy pose, okay? This time, your choice. Tuck the toes or not, up to you. And then lift your belly up a little bit. Walk your hands over to the right back of your left hand. Left palm is going to go on the back of your right hand. Big sideways stretch. So we can keep the lungs open. And then back to center. Over to the left. Right palm now on the back of your left hand. Keep the right sitting bone down as best you can. Good. And then come back around. Fingertips out in front of you. Back to child's pose. Inhale. Come all the way up. Exhale, cross your ankles, and we're going to come to seated. So I'm going to grab my blanket to sit on for a little bit of support. Totally optional if you would like to do that as well. And you're going to take your right leg out into Janu Shirshasana. That will be your straight leg. Left leg is going to come and be bent in. And I'm going to grab my block and have your strap handy as an option if you want it, okay? Just have it nearby. All right, reach your arms up towards the sky. Breathe in. Good. And then exhale, right forearm or right hand down against that block or inside your right leg. Stretch your left arm up and over. Good. Now let's just floss this out just a little bit before we hold. So I want you to inhale, reach this left arm open, palm facing up. Feel this left shoulder blade, your left scapula hugging in as you turn your chest a little bit left. And then reach the arm, exhale over your ear. Inhale, bring it up. Exhale. It's actually quite a lot of work in that left side of the shoulder blade. One more time. Inhale, lift up. Exhale. Now take the left hand, just hold behind your head. And again, right forearm, I'm going to move my block to the middle height and just hold here. We're going to be here for about 45 seconds or so. So I want you to make it comfortable for yourself. You can also, sometimes instead of holding the back of the head, I like to just drape my forearm behind the back of the head. Some days I'll even take a Ganesha Mudra and hold, bending the elbows, clasping hands. Now the further away I move my right elbow toward my right foot, you're going to get a deeper stretch through the side body. So you get to decide the intensity that you want to play with today. How is the movement helping your own healing? Noticing in your body if there's tension, practicing working with that breath to help release or dissolve, right? And I usually find a point where I can really feel my body tensing around it also trying to release. So you may come up against that as well. Good, now very easy. I'm clasped. I must release my clasp. Use my top hand to help support my head. Wow, to come back up. Release your left arm if it was behind the head. Now we're going to turn and fold. So turn your torso. Here's where you might want the strap if you're a little tighter in the hamstrings here to grab around the ball of that foot. Some of you, left hand, go ahead and reach it to the outer right foot. Right hand, I'm just using right outside my right leg to support. And you also could use your block against either your shin or maybe it can be on the floor for your forehead. Focus on that even breath. Inhaling. Exhaling. Now see if you can inhale for a count of 4. And exhale for a count of 6, just slightly longer. And repeat that. Inhaling 4. And exhaling 6. Two more times. You don't have to reach the outer foot. If you want to hold the outer ankle, that's just fine. And then very gently release your left hand from your right foot. Use your hand against the earth and very slowly bring your body back upright. Back upright. Whew. Cross your right shin in front of your left shin. I'm going to come off my blanket here. So I'm in an easy seat. If you have very open hamstrings, hips, you could come into Agni Stambhasana, double pigeon, okay? So we're going to take it into a forward fold. We're practicing this releasing and this letting go. So we're going to take it forward, and you may do a combo. So I'm going to start in Sukhasana. I'm going to give my body a couple breaths in that position, and then I'll maybe switch it up depending on how I'm feeling. So you might want your blanket or your block underneath your forehead here. You can walk your arms out in front of you, bringing the forehead all the way down to the floor. And some of you playing around, if you decide you'd like to, if you're in Agni Stambhasana, your shins are forward, they're parallel with the front edge of your mat. The sole of your foot is lining up with the outer edge of your left knee on this top leg. And your left foot is right underneath your right knee. And let's take 4 more breaths here. See if you can come back to lengthening that exhale. So inhaling 4, exhaling 6. Continue to move wherever you are, the heart forward, away from your pelvis. It's very easy for the heart to kind of round and collapse in here, creating a big curve in your thoracic spine. See if you can allow the heart to move forward, the shoulder blades to come onto the back a little bit more to create more extension through the spine. That'll help the femur bones also pull into their sockets and create more space and length through the whole back body. And also a deeper release into the outer hips. It intensifies it, so you can kind of see why the body tries to protect itself and not go there. So you're practicing a safe space of getting uncomfortable. And on your next breath, let's bring it all back up. Shake those legs out as you extend them forward. Give them a shake. Yes, reach the arms up towards the sky. Breathe in, flex your feet. Exhale, forward fold. Don't worry about this being your deepest forward bend. It's really just to kind of find a symmetrical pose between those movements that we just did in the hips. Won't be here much more than another breath or two. And then inhale, bring it all the way back up. Very good. Let's switch sides. Left leg, you're going to let that extend out. The right leg is going to draw back. Slide that blanket back underneath you if you'd like it. Grab my block, bring it on the inside of the left leg. Left elbow is going to come down, or forearm onto that block. Reach the right arm up and over. Oh, keep the right sit bone. If you have a little sandbag, you just happen to have that laying around the house, go ahead and set that on the thigh. And then we're going to inhale, come up, palm up, and just turn and look open a little bit to the right. So you feel that right shoulder blade really hug into the back. And then exhale over. Inhale up. Exhale over. One more time, bringing it up. Last time, exhale over. Stay here. Top hand, bring it behind the head, or let kind of more of the forearm just straight behind. Maybe bend that bottom hand, taking Ganesha Mudra behind your head. You can also just, if it's too much with this arm in the overhead plane, just make a fist. Smile like it's your senior picture. No, just kidding. Close your eyes. And just let your right hand just rest on your thigh. That's just fine. Some of you are going to get plenty of side body stretch without this right arm in the overhead plane, okay? your head back. And you're focusing on a one-to-one breath here, even, steady breath. We think about how the seasons come and go, just like things in our life, they come and go. There's space of creation sometimes, there's space of dissolving, there's space where we're sustaining, and there's even spaces where we're concealing. And the time of fall really is that time of dissolving, of the earth beginning to become more quiet, more still. And it's a calling for us to step inside of ourselves, to become more quiet as well, so we can actually listen to from a deeper place within. Good. Now reach the right arm up, or use the right hand to help support you. Left hand down, bringing the hand to support the head back up. Every time that one gets me, I swear. All right, now we're turning the torso. Turning the torso towards your left straight leg. Remember, grab the strap if you need it. Walk the hands forward, and you don't have to grab the outer foot. You can grab the outer ankle. Option here if you wanted to bring the block in. I kind of like it, so I like to put it on the shin. It feels good. Keeping that right sit bone down, forehead towards the block or towards your shin. If your outer right knee is uncomfortable, you might need extra support under that outer right knee. Now inhale for 4. See if you can exhale for 6. Inhaling 4. Exhaling 6. 3 more times. Breathe into the resistance. Sometimes we don't even have to know what it is that we want to dissolve. Sometimes we do. It's very clear. Other times it's not. So maybe offering a mantra that helps you just figure that out by saying, may I be open to releasing what I no longer need. Let the support of the universe, source, God, the divine, help you. Because often what originally got stuck within us, it metamorphosizes, it changes, and we're actually not even sure what it is anymore, and sometimes even where it came from. Good. Let go of that foot. Use your left hand. Oh goodness, very slow. Come back up. Who loves yoga? I do. And I may just have to stop, drop, and child's pose in a store sometime after COVID. Left shin in front of right shin on a really clean floor. Left shin in front of right shin. Shoulders up and back. So it's a very different forward fold if I just round the back and come forward. I hardly feel a thing here. But if I lift up nice and tall, keep the hip creases anchoring down, keep the back like it's in Tadasana, and move forward from this space, it is a whole different stretch, okay? A whole different stretch. So, remember, you can do double pigeon here, or you're doing, I'm going to start in the Sukhasana again, and then I'm going to maybe evolve. One side's always more fun than the other. Do you see what I did there? I just called the side that was hard more fun, right? Breathing in. Breathing out. Keep the heart moving forward. So notice your body's tendency to kind of not move maybe where you could go. And you have to find that line. So you never want to move into a space of pain. But there's a space where there's your edge where you can go a little further sometimes. So you have to kind of play around with where that is. Your breath will guide you. It will tell you. It may change your breath. So we're trying here. So even though there's intensity, you're trying to go inhaling 4 and exhaling 6. Inhaling 4 and exhaling 6. That's right. Okay, and you're doing that about 3 more times. Inhaling 4, exhaling 6. Imagine the outer flesh of your thighs starting to almost drape towards the outer floor. Imagine the soles of your feet, that you gently feel an energy hugging them together. The soles of your feet. You're trying to hug. Imagine the tops of your feet. You're trying to pull them. I don't want them to really move, but imagine you're trying to pull the outer edges of your feet together, which would feel like your knees are going to pull out a little bit. Okay? Very good. Inhale slow. Bring it all the way up. Oh, yogis, that was some good work. Stretch the legs out into Upavishta Konasana. Block or blanket or no blanket. Block optional as well out in front of you. Nice and tall through the chest. Some of us, our work is right here. Anchoring into those hip creases. Watch, again, very different stretch if I just round forward through my upper thoracic. So you're going to do your best. Do your best. Keeping the spine long, starting to hinge forward, moving forward. Now don't worry how far down you go. Some days your work is just sitting upright, working that curve to come into the low back, okay? And we're just here 2 more breaths just to kind of even out. Again, nice symmetrical pose. And then bring it all the way back up. Very good. Gently use your hands to bring your legs together. And we're going to come onto the back. Make sure your strap is handy and it's near you as you recline all the way down onto your back. Hug those knees in towards your chest. And I want you to have this strap. Now, if you don't have a strap, I want you to just use your blanket, if you at least have that, and elevate your head just a little bit, and you're going to hold on to the back of the right hamstring with your hands clasping behind. So if you don't have a strap, that's your plan B. If you do have a strap, get a big wide loop in your strap. Put your left foot on the floor and put your strap around the ball of your right foot. Lift your head up, and you're going to take your strap so it's right on the bottom ridge of, that's our train, that's my train. Like my train. My train in my backyard. Put the strap right along the bottom of the skull. And then you're just going to do these little movements. Now, you're going to let the head lay back a little bit more. Now, if your hamstring's tight, it's okay here to have your knee bent, okay? Let the head lay back and let the foot push up just a little. You're not trying to pull on the head. Let the head lay back and lift up. Now I want you to see if you can find a point where the head and the foot are working evenly and you can find some stillness. Maybe you stretch your left leg straight. In stillness, you're going to still feel a little bit of a movement probably happening between the foot and the head laying back. Remember, you can bend your knee here. This is more aimed at releasing tension in the neck and shoulders. I know there's some shedding, right? Some releasing, some dissolving there. Good. Now very easy. Very easy. If you've got the strap, now your head is still down on a blanket and you're clasping your hands. I want you to just turn your head a little bit to the right and let your right knee come a little, or your right foot come a little right. Now those of us with the strap apparatus happening here, I want you to let your right foot move a bit out to the right, not a lot, and let your head just sort of feel like it's falling with it just a little bit to the right. So like your right ear is coming towards your right shoulder. So you can release some tension on the left side of your neck. Very easy. Okay, very easy does it here. So I call that my train of mindfulness, if you can hear it. Every time it goes by, I just take deep breaths. Some people love trains. I was kind of neutral about them, but I do actually like it. Especially when you just find positive ways to go, okay, every time it goes by, it reminds me to take 3 deep breaths. Good. And then bring your head back up. Take a full breath in center. And then take hold of the strap with both your hands, if you've got it, and let your head come down. All right, left leg's going to go up into the strap. Right foot's going to come down to the floor. Head's going to lift. Head's going to lift. And I'll warn you, it always gets a little louder once the caboose goes by. Okay, so first few pulses, you're lifting up a little bit, and you're dropping the head back a little bit. And you're lifting up a little bit, and you're dropping back a little bit. And you're doing that one more time. Lift up a little bit and drop back a little bit. Now stay there. Option to straighten your right leg if you like. Thigh down. Trying less movement here. Remember, bend your knee if you need to. Shoulder blades are down. Head is resting back. Those of you just hopping on, if you're seeing just this movement, you're like, does it feel as good as it looks? Yes, yes it does. Oh my goodness. It's like a hammock that just can help release all the stress. And then you're going to go ahead and take your foot and very gently start to take your foot over to the left. Head is very gently going to go over to the left as well. Almost like very easily your left ear, it's not trying to drop towards the shoulder, but it's moving that direction. Your right shoulder is staying out of the right ear. Take another breath. Good. Bring it all the way back up. Take hold of the strap. Good. Bend your right knee in, bend your left knee in. And we're just going to rock up to seated. Okay, we're going to do a little bit of pranayama, and then you'll have the choice whether you do shavasana or stay in seated meditation today, okay? So rock up or roll over to the right. Grab a prop if you need it. Sitting up, rolling your shoulders back and down, and actually really noticing the prana that you might feel some tingling or movement happening in the shoulders and neck from that last movement. Folding your index and middle finger in, Nadi Shodhana, alternate nostril breathing, right thumb to right nostril and ring finger to left nostril. So let's inhale through both and exhale through both. Close your right nostril, inhale left. Close the left, exhale right. Now a gentle pause here after the exhale, and then inhale same side. Close the right, exhale left. Pause at the bottom of the breath. Inhale, same side left. Close left, exhale right. Pause at the bottom. Inhale right. Exhale left. Slight pause at the bottom. Inhale, same side. Close left, exhale right. Pause after exhale. Inhale right. Close right, exhale left. Pause, same side. Close left, and now exhale right. Let that go. Let your hand come down. Take a few breaths here. And you are invited to stay in meditation, or if you like, start to come down onto your back. Make yourself comfortable, finding Shavasana, palms facing up. Closing the eyes. Allow yourself to nourish yourself during this time, during these next few minutes. When it's time to come out, you'll hear me ring a soft bell. more time, please feel free to stay longer. Otherwise, begin to move your fingers and your toes.
Start to maybe move the head a little bit side to side. Stretch your arms up and over your head. Bend your knees to the floor, all to your right side. Begin to bring your body back up to an easy seat, palms face in at the heart, eyes closed or gaze down at the floor. As we leave today, we ponder what it is that might be time to dissolve, to release in our own lives. And may we also remember that what is inside of us, the heart, is never lost, the heart is never broken, and our light is never dim. It's just that sometimes our experiences, and sometimes our beliefs, they begin to cloud our perception. So we step onto the mat again and again so that we can become more clear, that we can become more present, so that even through the darkness, the days that we are stepping into, that we remember the light from within ourselves. So as you draw thumbs up to third eye, I'm so grateful for you for practicing with me, for taking this time for yourselves. It was my pleasure. Namaste. Thank you, yogis. Thank you for bearing the elements with me. I hope the sound worked. Nobody chimed in after that. I kept peeking. Got to get this figured out. This too shall pass, right? And thank you. If this brought you value, please feel free to share it. And I always try to download most of these onto YouTube as well. There are some new classes on YouTube if you haven't checked them out, and they're shorter lengths of time. I have another one coming out here in a couple days for the shoulders and the upper back. So keep watching for that. Thank you, friends. Have an amazing day, and I will see you next Wednesday.